These are the factory style headlights with the amber corners fitting all 2007 to 2013 Sierra 1500s. Now the factory style headlights that we have with us here today will be the perfect choice for truck owners looking for a way to affordably clean up or refresh the front end by going with a 100% true to factory set of replacements. Now these plug and play options will combine that bright chrome housing with a crystal clear lens, and of course the amber reflectors here on the side, all for right around the low $100 price point for the pair. So again, I feel like these headlights will be for the third gen Sierra owners out there who prefer the simple and clean look of a factory style chrome housing and don't necessarily need or want any of the wild styling that can sometimes be the results of the dark smoke lenses, fancy LED accent lights, or DRLs that you'll typically find with most aftermarket lights here on the site. Now instead, as the name implies, these will adhere to that factory-like recipe, if you will, in every single aspect, and will do a great job of giving your front end a refresh by replacing a set of damaged or faded factory lights for just south of 200 bucks. Now, construction-wise, you will find the chromed plastic ABS housing or base that is then topped off with a crystal clear polycarbonate lens, sealed up nice and watertight to help prevent any moisture or condensation from getting behind those lenses over time. Now, the headlights do not include any bulbs, so you can either just swap over your stockers if you'd like, or use this as an opportunity to upgrade to something a little bit brighter. Finally, the lights have been given both the DOT and SAE stamp of approval, which does make them legal for use in all 50 states, and they are fully adjustable after the install, so you can aim them properly after you install them or maybe after you left or level your truck. Now, I've mentioned price a couple times throughout the video, but one more time here again, around that mid $100 price point, these are easily gonna be one of the most affordable ways to replace the lights on your Sierra at home while staying true to that stock design. Now, any other bells and whistles found on other sets of headlights, such as DRLs, LEDs, projectors, things of that nature, will ultimately add to the price at the end of the day. All right, last but not least, now we want to shift gears and show you what it takes to get the headlights installed on your Sierra at home. Site's going to call this a firm 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you at least an hour or so to complete from start to finish. But now, what do you say we throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown?
For this install, you will need a ratchet or an impact, an extension, 7 and 10 millimeter sockets, and a clip removal tool. All right, today we're going to be installing some headlights on our Sierra, so let's get started. All right, so we're gonna need to remove our factory headlights first. We're gonna start with our upper shroud. So we've got our hood popped. We're gonna remove all the push clips holding this in place with our clip removal tool. We'll get these out and set this aside. Once we have all of our clips out, we can remove our shroud. Next, we need to come to our fender well and remove the 2 7mm screws for each side mount of our lower trim. So we've got our 7mm socket, we'll get those out. Once we have those out, what we're gonna do is gently pull out on our trim, and there's a clip that needs to pop like so. Once you have it to this point, you can do the same thing on the other side. Now the center portion of our trim has these little kind of prongs that are kind of folded up on the back side. You can easily reach these behind the grill. It's kind of hard to see because they're tucked in, but if you're looking down in there, you definitely can find them. What we're gonna do is just reach back there, push down on those tabs, and then pull out on our trim as we do that. And you'll feel them when they release. Once they're all out, we'll set our trim aside. So now we can begin removing our actual headlight. It's held in by 3 10mm screws. We have 2 up top, but first we need to get the one down here on the side. So it's going to be behind this opening. You will need a 10mm socket and an extension. Pull that right out. Then we'll get the 2 up top. Now we'll remove the 2 10mm screws up top. And once you get that first one out, you want to make sure to support your headlight, because it will fall. Let our headlight drop down a little bit. Just need to come right beside our grill. Now we're going to unplug our main headlight connector wire. So what we're going to do is you want to pull back on this tab at the pop, push down, unplug that, and you can pull your headlight away. And once you've got this side out, you can repeat the same process for the other side. All right, so now our next step is going to be to remove our factory lights and wiring harness from our original headlight, because we're going to be reusing that on our new setup. So we're just going to take everything out as one assembly. Your main connector is just held in by a clip. You can just pop that out. And the rest of your lights, you just want to give them a quarter twist counterclockwise. They're going to come right out. Now I do have my light sitting on a piece of styrofoam. You can use a towel or anything that's non-abrasive. You definitely don't want to scratch up your lenses, especially if your OEM lights are still in good condition. Pop our harness out of its locators. We'll just continue removing our lights. And you also, since we're reusing the factory bulbs, you want to avoid touching the glass of the bulb with your bare hands. You don't want to create hot spots from the oils on your skin. And once we have all of these out, I'm just going to set this aside, and we can set our OEM light aside. All right, so now that we have our factory harness out, we're going to swap it over to our new headlights. It's going to go in just like it came out of the OEM one. So we'll line all of our bulbs up. So we'll just get everything in its place right now. And we'll get all these seated. They're going to seat just like they came out of the OEM light. Make sure these line up right. Might be a little bit tight fit, depending on the way these are cut. And we'll give them a quarter turn clockwise to lock them back in place. Now once we have our lights seated, we'll clip our connector right down here on the factory clip. And once you have this side on, you can do the same thing for the other side, and we'll get ready to install these. Now we'll get our headlight in place. We're going to plug in our factory connector right back into our factory harness. Lock that security tab in. You want to kind of fish this around the back of your grill. Bring it up into place. Line up your locators. And we'll tuck this in. And we're going to loosely install our 10mm bolts up top. While we're here, you also want to reinstall those two spacers behind this mount, like so. So now we're going to come down to our outer lower mount of our headlight, and we've got our 10mm screw with our 10mm socket extension. Get this lined up, get this in place, and we'll go back up top and tighten down our upper bolts. Now we're going to tighten down our two upper 10mm, again with our 10mm socket. Once you have this one in place, you can do the same thing for the other side. Now we're going to reinstall our front trim. So you want to line this up. That's where all your tabs are going to mount. We're going to gently work our center section back into place. Then we'll get our sides in. So now to get our side portion back in, we're going to push around where our headlight is. Make sure our slots are lined up. Get this over this edge. And just pop that back into place. Then we can reinstall our 7mm screws. Now we'll grab our 7mm socket on our ratchet. Get these in. And once you have this side done, you can do the same thing for the other side. Lastly, we can reinstall our upper shroud. Get this in. Get all of your holes lined up. Then we'll reinstall all of our push clips. And you're good to go. Alrighty, that about wraps up our review and install of our factory style headlights with amber corners, chrome housings, and clear lenses for your 07 to 13 Sierra 1500. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Sierra, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.